Well, I think what we first sort of noticed was even as an infant, really even as a newborn, Joshua didn't really care about eye contact or looking at people's faces. That was like the first thing that we really thought, I don't think either of us really said it out loud to each other at that point, but that was the first thing that really came to a red flag for us. When we first learned that Joshua had autism, part of it came as a little bit of a shock to us. I think we had prepared ourselves for it a little bit as well, but also at the same time, whenever you hear those words, it sort of just takes you off guard a little bit. But the team at Riley was just so optimistic and hopeful because his age, he was only 2, and show us the different studies and things that show the chances of him making gains because of having an early diagnosis.
Early identification of autism and global developmental delay is critical because you're taking advantage of a window of time where a child's brain is growing, they're developing so rapidly during that period. The disservice with a later diagnosis is that a lot of patients miss out on that window, and the result is that you have a lot of behaviors that are not as functional in kindergarten as they would have been perhaps with 2 years of intensive therapies weekly, for these patients before they hit school age.
What we came up was with very intensive training with a team of people. So it's generally a pediatrician, a nurse, a care coordinator. So they work together to support families in early diagnosis. And when we have a team at that site that has had that special training, we call that our early evaluation hub. So we try to make it as convenient for families as possible to get the quality of care and a timely diagnosis for their children.
Before being diagnosed with autism, Joshua had a pretty major regression. Having access to therapy and having access to a team that supports us and cares about us has been so helpful because we've been able to not only teach Joshua new skills, but also help him maintain the skills that he had lost at that point. He's learning maybe differently than I would learn or someone else would learn, but he is learning, and he's got areas that he's so interested in, and he's just so smart. And because he has those therapies and because he's got this ability to learn in a different way, he can use that for a positive thing, and he can really achieve anything that he wants.
This is really important work because we know that if we reach and find children early to make early diagnosis, that we can make a real impact on their lives. Early treatment does work, and it makes a difference in lifelong outcomes.